Gunmen abduct 287 students in the latest school attack in Nigeria's northwest. 6 dead after mass stabbing at Ottawa home, frozen in time. Families of those on missing Flight 370 cannot shake off their grief without answers. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2024. And this is the Dunkley Report International News. A school headteacher in northwestern Nigeria says gunmen who attacked the school abducted 287 students as they were about to start classes. It marks the second mass abduction in the West African nation in less than a week. Locals told the Associated Press the assailants surrounded the government-owned school in Kaduna State's Kuriga town on Thursday morning, just as the pupils were about to start the school day. Dozens of armed groups in the northwest and central regions target villagers and travelers for huge ransoms. Canadian police say a 19-year-old student from Sri Lanka is accused of stabbing and killing 6 people he lived with, including 4 children from a Sri Lankan family. Ottawa Police Chief Eric Stubbs says an edged weapon, or knife-like object, was used by the 19-year-old suspect. Stubbs says the deceased are Sri Lankan nationals who recently came to Canada. They include a 35-year-old mother, a 7-year-old son, a 4-year-old daughter, a 2-year-old daughter, and a 2.5-month-old baby girl, as well as a 40-year-old acquaintance of the family. A 7th victim, the husband, is in hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Over the past decade, Grace Subatharai Nathan graduated from law school, got married, opened a law firm, and had 2 babies. But part of her is frozen in time, still in denial over the loss of her mother on a missing Malaysia Airlines plane in 2014. There has been no funeral service, and Grace still speaks of her mother in the present tense. The Malaysian lawyer has channeled her grief into keeping alive the quest for answers in the mysterious disappearance of MH370 that has ripped many families apart. Many other families are grieving in different ways, but the one constant is their quest for answers. Corruption is a key issue in Portugal's early general election on Sunday. Portugal's center-left Socialist Party and center-right Social Democratic Party have alternated in power for decades and are expected to collect most of the 10.8 million potential votes this time. But both are tainted by charges of graft and cronyism. The election is taking place because socialist leader Antonio Costa resigned after 8 years as prime minister amid a corruption investigation last year, though he hasn't been accused of any crime. Public outrage could give further momentum to a rightward drift in European politics as a radical right populist party benefits from disenchantment with the mainstream parties. Britain says it's providing 10,000 drones to arm Ukraine in its fight against Russia. UK Defense Secretary Grant Shapps made the announcement Thursday during a visit with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kiev. The investment includes £125 million, $160 million of new funding on top of £200 million, $256 million, previously committed for drones. The weaponry will include 1,000 one-way attack, or kamikaze, drones and models that target ships. Ukrainian sea drones reportedly sank another Russian warship in the Black Sea this week, the latest in a series of strikes that has crippled Moscow's naval capability. Haiti is once again facing a wave of chaos fueled by ongoing gang wars. Haiti's security crisis has spiraled since the 2021 assassination of the country's president. Gang leaders have grown increasingly violent and empowered, taking advantage of power vacuums in the Caribbean nation to grow in strength. Now, gangs continue to rampage across Haiti. The country's embattled Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, remains blocked out of the country. Police say that 3 escaped inmates from the eastern Caribbean island of Grenada have been charged in the killing of a U.S. couple whose catamaran they hijacked. The Royal Grenada Police Force said Thursday that Ron Mitchell, Atiba Stanislaus, and Trayvon Robertson were charged with capital murder, escaping lawful custody, housebreaking, robbery, and kidnapping. Stanislaus also was charged with rape. The men were accused of escaping from a police holding cell on February 18th and hijacking a catamaran owned by Ralph Henry and Kathy Brandel while they were aboard. Authorities said they believe the couple was thrown overboard. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has been ordered to pay legal fees to a company founded by a former British spy that he sued for making what he claimed were false claims that harmed his reputation. A London judge threw out the case against Orbis Business Intelligence last month, saying it was bound to fail. Judge Karen Steen ordered Trump to pay £300,000, $382,000, in legal fees to the company founded by Christopher Steele. A dossier he created in 2016 contained rumors about Trump that erupted in a political storm just before he was inaugurated. Apple is opening small cracks in the iPhone's digital fortress as part of a regulatory clampdown in Europe that's striving to give consumers more choices. But it's coming at the risk of creating new avenues for hackers to steal personal and financial information stored on the devices. The overhaul rolling out Thursday only in Europe represents the biggest changes to the iPhone's App Store since Apple introduced the concept in 2008. Among other things, people in Europe can download iPhone apps from stores that aren't operated by Apple and are getting alternative ways to pay for in-app transactions. It's all part of the Digital Markets Act taking effect Thursday. Thank you for joining us here at the Dunkley Report International News. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest breaking stories.